Yeah, so what's going on, man? It's Drew Peckat from Kalkaska, Michigan. Kind of actually from everywhere. But I do music. I had a lighting company too before the pandemic. Kind of entrepreneur. I do a lot of different things. I would say my journey for being like an entrepreneur would probably start with my dad. He at one point he was like the #2 salesman of like all northern like part of like the United States, like for homes and shit. And if I wanted to do anything in life, bro, if I wanted to hang out with my friends, he would be like, okay, why? And I'd have to sell him on on why I had to like, oh, I should hang out with my friends because da-da-da. And I wasn't allowed to be like, because I'm your son or I want to have fun. I had to legit sell him on everything. So like he like taught me from a young age, like it doesn't matter what it is in life, everything has to be sold at some point. And whether it be like music or it be, you know, my lighting company that I had or the homes that he was selling or anything, cars, like to your phone charger, everything, like, you know. It was kind of funny because fast forward when I actually started my lighting company, I hired my dad. Some full circle shit. Like, so what makes you think you qualify? He's like, shut up, man. Because I already know, like, that's one thing about my dad. Like, I know for a fact I put him in a room with all like the heads of companies and all these things. He's coming out of there with a crazy deal, like every single time. Like he would just become friends with all these different companies, all these different people. Like, man, he was great at what he did. My dad definitely taught me how to connect with people, bro. Like he, that was kind of like the main thing that he taught me actually was like, always treat the janitor with the same respect you treat the CEO. Like people are people first and foremost. And second, you might learn a lesson from that janitor that actually puts you above where that CEO is at or anything that CEO would have released to you, because people in higher power also aren't gonna, he always used to tell me too, your boss is never gonna pay you enough to be their neighbor. So like, that was also another thing. Like I moved up in every company I ever worked for, like very fast. Like LA, I worked for LA Fitness doing sales, like, and I was started off like not even knowing about working out. And within 6 months, I was a general manager, moved up like 8 different positions to go to general manager of the whole store. But it was like not fulfilling, like at the same time, because it was like I was like building something that's not mine or not. It was just like I was like, I don't know, like a piece in a machine, and I felt like I could just build something that I'd be like, oh yeah, well this could go here and this could go, and then I could watch it generate a lot. Like it's kind of funny, man. Like I was based out of Michigan, I would say, but I'm like, since I was 19, I moved to San Diego, then to Miami, then to Jacksonville, then to Detroit, then to LA, then back to Detroit, and then to Chattanooga, and now here. I grew up, first of all, on a country like farm, like I had pigs and chickens and all that. So it was like, when I actually found R&B music was when I was like, okay, hold on, like this is different. Like, cause all growing up, all I heard was rock or country or, you know, maybe some pop hit songs, but it was like, we're like way out in the boonies, bro. Like if you go where I'm from, like you travel back like 30 years in time. You feel like you time travel going back there. And so it was like when I actually found like R&B, I was like, hold on, like this is amazing. And then I started like diving in, but it was like not a lot of people around where I was that was listening to that kind of music. So I kind of had to like find my own. I actually, like I said, I was a GM at LA Fitness, but they were gonna make me a GM at another spot and at another one. And I had an offer for like starting at like 120,000 a year. And at the same time was the person who brought me into the music game at all. Like I was working at LA Fitness just singing in between phone calls. Dude walks in and he's like, yo, is that you? I was like, what do you mean? Like I didn't even know, because I just sing when I'm happy. Like, and he was like, singing. I was like, oh yeah, my bad. I thought he like, honestly, I thought like he was like upset that I was singing or something. And he was like, no, you ever like thought about doing that professionally or anything? I was like, no, bro. Like I'm just, I like to sing, but I never tried. I don't even know how to do that. And he was like, ended up being a producer, and he was the one. Yeah, and it was, so music almost like just kind of like walked into my life, and then I was presented with an opportunity in the music At the same time, I was the opportunity with the LA Fitness, and so I'm sitting here and in my right mind, I'm like, okay, 120,000 starting, and I'm probably gonna be making like 150 or more with bonuses and stuff, or this music stuff. I'm like, well, if I'm ever gonna do it, it's now, bro. Like, I was like 22, 3 years old, so I was like, yeah, I quit my job and everything. I literally that day told my bosses, I'm just like, all right, well, I'm gonna go do this. They're like, you're crazy, bro. I'm like, yeah, probably, but I'm like, I can always come back though. My dad always taught me that too. Like, if you're afraid to bet on yourself, what makes you think anyone else is gonna bet on you? Like, you have to be able to 100% back everything you're doing or saying in order for anyone to even buy in. Because if they see doubt, or if they see, that's not really lining up to what they're saying, then people are not gonna buy in on that, and I was like, this is the time, either now or never. Like, I never had an opportunity. It was funny. I never seen a recording studio, not even a basement studio until then, like until I was like 22. Like, my mom she was upset. I could tell, because she really just wants what's best for me. And it's not in a negative light, not that she doesn't believe in me, because she definitely does. She supports everything I do. But she was more or less thinking like, you got to get a foundation for your life and start making a house, a family, all these things. And I just saw a different route. But after, some major things had happened in the music industry, I started being around some huge celebrities and all these things. And now she's seeing all these things and she's like, okay, like it makes sense. Like, but my dad, he was 100% supportive. Like, honestly, I was shocked. I thought he was the one that was going to give me because my whole life, he was always the one about business. Like, he's like, you walking away from a guaranteed like 150 a year, like, and you can build that to anything you want. You can start businesses and multiply that money easily. But his whole thing was, I believe in you. And if that's truly in your heart what you feel like you should do, then I think you should do it. You should quit. And he was the one that told me, you should quit your job tomorrow. If that's really how you feel, don't half step it. Go all the way in. Like, all right. So I would say my first major impactful moment in the industry would have to be when I was out in LA. Like, mind you, it came pretty fast for me. Like, when I jumped in and started music, it was like within 6 months that I had met this massive producer that made, like, he was Grammy award winning and, hundreds of platinum plaques, like one of the biggest producers in the world. And he was in Detroit, and like I ended up going to the studio with them, and then we went downtown and shot like a Christmas music video thing. Like, it was a vibe. But I got along with all of them, and then we kind of clicked. And then like they left route, and he called me and was like, yo, I want you to come out to LA. I'm like, okay. And he's like, but not on no music stuff right now. He's like, I know you're an artist. He's like, but I want to show you the game and I want to teach you. And it was wild, bro, because like literally as soon as I touched down in LA, he picked me up in an Escalade, brand new blacked out Escalade. I hop in the driver's seat and we drive to Kelly Rowland's birthday party. I was like, oh, I'm here. Like, like, here we go. Like, so that was the moment for me. And then it was like, from then it just got crazier and crazier and crazier and crazier, where it's like, sometimes it's hard to like, when you live in both worlds, like it's hard to like, when you're back in one world to like come back sometimes. Like, I don't know how to explain it, man. Like, but that's why they say it's gotta be a passion. Like, it can't be something you just want to do, because it's like this industry or film industry or anything within the entertainment industry is really the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. Like, yeah, you might experience the greatest thing one day, but then the next week you might be down worse than you ever been or ever seen anywhere. And then everybody turn their back on you real fast. And you're like, whoa, now we here. Yeah, so, but then all of a sudden it's like you right back up. So it's this crazy roller coaster that, yeah, man, One is, I absolutely love music with everything that's in me. Like, I feel like there's the connector piece to the world. Like, it don't matter where you're from. Like, we've all heard music. We have no idea what the heck it's saying, bro, but we love it. Like, we're all ba da la bumba, like, you know. So it's like, but another thing, man, I feel like God kind of placed me in this crazy place in life where it's like I'm this weird country boy that made it into this R&B world, and again, with two sides of the coins, I'm seeing two sides of life, and I feel like maybe, or if I can, be like a bridge of understanding for each side, you know, because I feel like a lot of things is just misunderstanding between each other, you know? Like, I feel if people took time to understand each other, their pains, their hurts, and why they do what they do, and that don't go just, you know, that goes with everybody in life. Like, I feel like people kind of lost that. We're all so focused like this. Oh, this is what's popping. Oh, this what's, you hear about this? Like, but it's really like, we gotta connect with each other again, bro, like, and understand each other. Like, otherwise division is just gonna get worse and things are gonna get more and more hectic. And so Love House really is just about a girl who, everyday girl, right? Really just out here trying to make the best of what life is and keeps running into this dude that's falling through a promise on this, or this, you know, her friend that's falling through on a promise of, like, it's just a girl who's just being let down constantly. Like all of us in life, everyone's being let down, and it's like, I know you're tired of that, like, like, but over here it's different, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to give the world that again. Like, yeah, it might be crazy out here, but there's light within the storm. I promise you there is. My favorite quote of all time is, maybe in life, we never are becoming anything, but we're just slowly unbecoming everything we're not. And it's like, because if you really think about it, when you're young, when we're young, we do things, we like, oh, fit into this place, or this, or this, or this. And it's like, as you get older, you're like, yeah, I'm not really rocking with that. I'm not really. And you start unbecoming those things that you're not. And that makes you become who you really are. Hard. Yeah. When I feel like I have made it to that point where that's made an impact, or to where I wanted it to be, was where I can see change, you know? Because even with Beyonce dropping 7-Eleven, I learned this fact. When Beyonce dropped 7-Eleven, 7-Eleven stock went up like 30 points in a day. Like, just off the title. So it's like, if you can really show people, yeah, dude, you can still be fun, hang out, do all this thing, but, you know, you don't got to do all the negative shit to people and fuck people over, and like, there's good out and be good and do things. I start seeing that, then I'll know that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Since I was young, I've always known that, like, the team is everything. Like, especially if you're trying to do music, man, like, you can't do all this by yourself. You need producers, you need people who know how to get you in certain markets. You need a lot of different arms and avenues and aspects to this that are well beyond just what a song sounds like. And you can't do all that by yourself efficiently. Like, even independent artists, they delegate certain things to people to, oh, you do this, you do this, you do this. Like, you need a team, and you need solid people around you too. Like, my first situation, I had to learn the hard way. Because, you know, I learned that the team wasn't as solid as I thought. So it fell apart because of that. So this next time around, I really had made that an importance. Like, the people that I allow around me, like, really fit that caliber now, to where it's like, not only do their talents and their hard work and efforts bring them there, but who they are as a person as well. And to me, that's the most important thing of any of this. Like, I wouldn't be anywhere right now with my team, without my team, honestly. Like, shout out Kenny and King and Rozzy, Stash, everybody, bro. Like, man, it's crazy. Believe people when they show you. Like, me, I was a big believer in this benefit of doubt and seeing the good in people, which is great. But it's like, at some point, you got to believe people when they show you enough times. Like, if you show me you're like this, I mean, shit, you're probably that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but it took me a long time to learn that lesson, really, because where I came from, it was way different, man. Like, people were real, like, straight up and forward, and it was a real small knit community. Like, everybody knew, like I knew your grandparents, and you know, like your grandparents knew my niece or some weird thing. Like everybody knew everyone. Like, so yeah, that would be my one lesson. And for I would say the biggest piece of advice for any artist trying, you know, to climb and get to new, you know, peaks and stuff, I would say right now the biggest thing would be just staying active. And I would say just drop music, even if it's like, people like to hear what's new. Even if you don't drop a whole song, like even a video with you in the studio with a song playing or something, like just things like that, you know, let people into your world, like, and people will gravitate towards you because of your personality and who you are and all these things, or the vibe, or, well, that won't happen unless you let people in. So I would say that's the biggest thing. So yeah, man, I really appreciate Deepino for having me. It's been awesome. Been great vibes. Make sure y'all check out Love House, all platforms. Drew Peckat, DREWPECKAT at all platforms. And yeah, man, thank y'all.
Search Gage, word.